Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to put side chains on our carbon chains. So if a side chain is 1 carbon in length, we call it a methyl. It's often drawn like that. If it's 2 carbons in length, we call it an ethyl. If it's 3, we call it a propyl. Don't worry too much about the directions where I keep changing directions, as long as you have 1, 2, or 3 carbons. And a butyl is a 4 carbon side chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I mean by a side chain? Find your longest chain in a molecule and name it. You should have those names out that I gave you yesterday. This one is propane. And on the second carbon, 1, 2, is a methyl. So it's not part of the main chain. Now I'm going to say something really important. Number to name, have a dash, blur the names together. Don't leave a space. Okay, so I'm going to skip this one for now. Find your longest chain. That's a butane. There are 2 methyls, 1, 2. That's called a dimethyl because there's 2 of them. Where are they? They are on the second and third carbon. Let's take a look at this one. Now I'm going to number from this end because I want shortest possible numbering. So instead of being 3, 4, I want 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always find your longest chain. Pentane, and it's 2, 3 dimethyl. Okay, let's go back to a trick. Find your longest chain first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not the longest chain. So you always got to make sure you find the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So sometimes they get a little tricky. They try to be sneaky. 1, 2, 3 is where your methyl is. So it's a hexane, 3 methyl. Let's go. If we number back this way, the numbering's shorter than this way. And what I mean by that is 2, 4, 4. 2 plus 4 plus 4 adds up to 10. If we go this way, it's 2 plus 2 plus 4 adds up to 8. Go in the direction that gives you the lowest numbering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pentane. It's a trimethyl because there's 3 of them. This is not an ethyl because if it was an ethyl, there'd be a carbon on top of a carbon. So it's dimethyl. So it is 2, 2, 4. That's the location. How many? Trimethyl. Now we have an ethyl in there. I've been trying to teach you using methyls, but we've got an ethyl here and a methyl here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 3 ethyl, 2 methyl. I broke my rules here. I usually put the longest chain down first and then work backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexane. Sometimes you can take double bonds and groups and mix them together. Double bond gets priority for numbering. So if you get a double bond and methyl in there, double bond gets priority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I mean by that? We start counting from this side. So it's 2 pentene because the double bond's on the second carbon, and on the fourth carbon we have a methyl. I would highly, 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 highly suggest you go through this video a couple of times. This one has a couple tricks in it. Here's our longest chain. Whoops. And then we got a double bond and we have a methyl. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexene for a double bond. The double bond's on the second carbon. And we have 2 methyls on the second carbon and the fourth carbon. So it is a dimethyl. Notice whenever we go from name to number or number to name, we have the dashes. And where are the methyls? On the second and fourth carbon. Mr. Parsons, you really messed this up. This is so scratched I can't even see it. Great. Rewind the video, watch again so that you can see it. Let's go 2, 3, 4 trimethyl. Let's go 3 propyl octane. So now we're going to go backwards. Always get your longest chain down first. Have all your rules in front of you when you're doing this. There's an octane. On the second, third, and fourth, you have methyls. There's 3 methyls. Where are they? 2, 3, and 4. On the third carbon, you have a propyl. Okay, this is going to look awkward. 1, 2, 3. Does it matter if you draw them up or down? No, it doesn't. Okay, so somebody else's drawing might not look exactly the same as yours, but as long as you follow the rules that are laid out, you will get the marks for your drawings. You can work on worksheet 1 at this point. There are 3 worksheets.